People wouldn't. Janet,
Yeah, okay.
our Arapaho
Yeah.
princess. People wouldn't. People wouldn't.
A China buns.
Oh my God.
Uh-oh.
Potential spam. I remember, right? Do not disturb. Good morning. Coming live from 1950, South Shepherd, here in El Ghetto, Oklahoma. You want to hit the soundbite? See if it works.
Yeah.
Did you? Does it work?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh,
this
we gotta turn
guy.
it on. Wonder why it didn't
What?
What?
Yeah, this
Yeah,
guy.
Like, is there
Are you taking our picture too?
is there gas in it?
Oh.
Is there gas in it?
Yeah, coming live from 1950, South Shepherd. Domingo finally decided,
Yeah.
we don't see you much anymore. Mingo, what's up with that?
I've been on the road.
Yeah, whip it again. Whip them. Whip that solo again.
Now we've been to the Woodward and Ellis County.
Yeah, that's like an all day thing, right?
340 miles.
340 miles round
trip.
trip.
Yeah.
So how do you get to Ellis County? You go to Woodward and then you go over?
Yeah, then we go to.
Is it west or east?
We go Woodward and then we go west further.
Oh, wow.
And south to Arnett, Oklahoma. Hog sandwich.
Hogging and dogging, huh?
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your efforts. I know them inmates, they probably just enjoy getting out of their cell,
Yeah.
It's kind of a big deal, when you're locked up. So, how's that going?
It's going good. Had a
Good
lot
deal,
of
good
good
deal.
questions yesterday for step 1.
Yeah,
Step 1 yesterday.
step 1. That's a big one. It seemed like, good morning, Susanna,
Chef.
Reese, Miss Yates. Oh, thank you for checking us out, Shelly. Appreciate you. I was always willing to admit that I was a alcoholic. That was no problem. But I wasn't willing to surrender. I guess a lot of pride and ego. Like, yeah, I am an alcoholic. So that's why I'm going to keep drinking. You know what I mean? Like, there's a surrender part to it that I didn't understand. You know what I mean? Like, okay, this thing's got the best of me. How do I get better? I just lived in the problem. You know what I mean? Like, I knew I was an alcoholic whenever I was like a teenager. And admitting that was no problem, that I was an alcoholic. I just didn't think that there was a way out. You know what I mean? So, like, step 1 is like a big, there's also the surrendering to this thing. And like they say, the defeated don't get to negotiate the terms of surrender. So yeah, step 1.
Yeah.
That's a good. I mean, it's a huge step. It's always easy to admit I have a problem, but am I willing to look at, I can live in the problem, but am I willing to live in the solution? So, I mean, that was, that's a big step for an alcoholic addict, to admit that you are wrong and you are defeated. How do you overcome this thing? So,
Yeah, the big one was we get full of fear.
yes, fear. Fear is a huge part of my addiction. Fear-based. That's why I used to act tough all the time because I was scared. I was really scared. I always say it all the time. People could be trying to shoot me, beat me up, stab me, all these bad things, and I was okay with that. But if, say, one of my kids had a parent-teacher conference, that was like the last thing.
Fear.
That fear kicked in, and I didn't want to see no. You know what I mean? Like that. I don't know. Like fear is it's crazy how it affects your life. So yeah, definitely a lot of fear involved in addiction. I guess it's kind of like the unknown. So big deal. What else we got going on?
Dale.
Dale's birthday is. Is it really Lydell Lay Down Pedro's birthday? The anti-slayer.
Yeah,
According to Facebook, Lydell Pedro has a birthday today, and if it is his birthday,
he's speaking next week.
yeah, I want to send the happiest of birthdays to our little brother Dale. He's a big part of our All Nations Will Bridie group. I like hanging out with Dale. I like to see when that light comes on and you see these people, flourish. You know what I mean? Like he's really grasped this sobriety thing. He's gotten into his recovery, and and fortunately we get to. Good morning.
Oh,
yeah, Crystal. Good morning, Crystal. Lay down, Pedro. Yep. And it's amazing to see, him with his kids. Him with his mom. I mean, just all these different aspects that go with recovery. You know what I mean? Like you see these relationships get mended, and I mean it's just a great feeling, to see him take step by step. What it has to, whatever that looks like for a person. He's willing to do that. So happy birthday! I think he's what?
He's not
19, 20?
Yeah. In Arapaho years.
Yeah. In dog years.
Dog
yeah.
years.
But yeah. But yeah, it's great. Dale's a good guy. He really is. And I like being around him and his dad, Solomon. Uh, my uncle Robert was married to Solomon's sister. So way back from Thomas days, they used to live in Thomas. So yeah, you know that's why every time I see him, how you doing, Unc? Like, and yeah, it's just great to see. Good morning, Aunt Pam from Oregon. Wow,
Oh,
wow, thank you for tuning in. That's amazing. That's amazing. We thought you was in Cal. Somebody said you was in California, and they were like, "They had an earthquake." Yeah. First thing they say was, "Oh, my Aunt Pam's in California." Good morning, Kikadoos. Well,
Got enough people on?
we got enough people on. Our faithful 8. Did we ever get to put? Well, I guess it don't matter. How to say it in Wichita?
Oh.
Yeah. Just. I'm not trying to talk that no more. Well, I guess all that's left for us to do is to go ahead and jump into this reading. It's kind of a hard one. I read it this morning.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, today's August 13th, still in the summer stage, facing south in the red youth stage. So today's a bit of sunshine, a drop of rain, a puff of life from the Great Spirit as he gently breathed upon that spot, created the Native Americans. They were well formed, copper colored, and proud. Harriet Starleaf Gums. We are made in the image of the Great Spirit. A long time ago, he breathed life into our ancestors. He made the Indian strong. He created a warrior. Our ancestors created more warriors. We have been tested throughout the seasons, and we are still here. Stronger than ever, it is good to be Indian. We are proud of ourselves and our ancestors. Mostly, we are proud of the Great Spirit has never forsaken us and continues to guide us. My Creator, let me live my life today in a way that will make my ancestors proud. Let me remember each month that I am here to serve you. Today, let me conduct my life in a way that also would make you proud. Ooh. I'm going to pass it over to you, Mr. Boatone. Proud to be Indian.
You know what came to mind was I guess looking at the interconnectedness of where we were built. You know, from the dirt. You know what I mean? Like, I think of all the interconnectedness of me being here today. You know what it took for me to be here. I mean, you know, whenever 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 you know they not they wiped out 99% of the Native American population. You know, we're from that 1%. You know, we're a very resilient people. You know, I'm very proud to be Cheyenne. You know, I'm Cheyenne, Arapaho, and Kiowa, Sioux, Groveland. Like, I'm all these different tribes, but you know, my dad wanted me to be Cheyenne. You know, and I'm from Thomas. I mean, if you're from Thomas, you're Cheyenne. You know, I mean, ain't no way. You know, that's just how it is. You know, and I was fortunate enough. You know, but I keep thinking about what it took for me to be here. You know, how many people it took for me to be here. You know, and the way that they believe. You know, and how can I make them proud? You know, I stay sober. That's number one for me. Is I stay sober. You know, it's just that easy. And you know, just like Dave said, lots of love made and sacrifices made for us to, you know, to still be here, you know. And man, I think about, you know, I think about this all the time. How can I make my people proud? You know, and it's through my sobriety. Definitely through my sobriety. You know, I was that problem child. You know, I was the problem. You know, and today I get to be part of the solution, and I get to reach back and help the next person who's suffering. You know, that's, to me, that's what this thing's all about. That's why we get on here. You know, that's why, you know, we try to get the word out. We try to make it normal talking about what people are going through. You know, I think about the families today, you know, and you know, my prayers and my condolences go out to, you know, those families, you know, people that are gone way before their time, you know, that hurts, you know. I take that personal, you know. it because I know that pain, I know that pain of what that family's going through, I pray, I pray and I pray every day that, we can be a part of that solution, not because it makes, the last thing I would do it for is to get views or, I do it because I work for the employer. That's who has control over this whole thing. I have a new employer. And to think that my people are out there suffering like that really bothers me. I mean, it really honestly truly bothers me about what my people are going through who don't see no way out. I think about the funeral that's going to happen today. My condolences to the family. She was way too young. She had a whole life ahead of her, and I just hate to see. Man, it took a lot. It takes a lot for us to be here. So I just want to see every person happy. I just want to see everybody. I think everybody deserves a good life. And to me, that starts with me being sober and showing people like this thing can be done. Like this can be done. And no problem, brother Pat. My condolences go out to the family. My prayers are with you all. It's tough. It's a tough thing. I've been on that side of that pain, and it's nothing easy. Uh, after my son passed away, I experienced a lot of man, like anything that I thought that I had ever been through before, never compared to what I had to go through during that time. And it just gets, it can definitely stack up against you. But luckily I've been able to I lived through it. The creator kept giving me day after day after day, and I lost touch with reality. I'm not gonna lie, but I didn't have to. I didn't have to. I just felt like that's what I deserved. That was the tough thing about it, is that I thought I deserved. I thought I deserved that. And luckily I was able to live through that and realize that the creator was there for me the whole time. Thank you, Cindy. Love you, Miss Cindy. And it's tough. I see now. I see now. Like kind of like a person told me in California. I told him about my son, about how that's what kept taking me out. Was feeling that those feelings, and I remember he told me, like God lost his son too, and if anybody knows how you feel, if anybody can guide you through that, it would be the creator. And that's helped me ever since. Because I never thought of it like that. But I think about what it takes. I think what it takes for me to be here today, and man, it took a lot. It took a lot, and I come from a very loving and proud family, on my mom's side, because on my dad's side, there's not too many of us left. I could probably count on my hand, Heather. There was only 8 of us. 8 of us from my generation. That's crazy, you know. Heather, Helen, Holly, Hannah, Junior, me and Hochny, Crystal and Bush. 9 of us. Only 9 of us. And Heather's the oldest, and Bush is the oldest male. So that makes me the second oldest male. All because of drugs and alcohol. You know, those are the elders of my family. That's crazy, you know. But you know, we still get another day. You know, he gave us another day, and I seen this the other day. If uh, if you got, I can't remember how many seconds is in a day, like 84,000 seconds or like in a day. But they were like, if you had a bank account and you woke up and you got $84,000 a day, what would you do with it? And you knew you was getting another one tomorrow. Like, what would you do with that? You know, and just hearing that, you know what I mean? Like, it made me think, like, am I just wasting my time? You know what I mean? Like, if I get blessed with another day tomorrow, how am I gonna spend that? You know what I mean? Am I just gonna worry about myself? Am I, you know, I did that for years. You know, I did that for years and years. I just worried about Barry. You know, nobody else mattered. You know, I would try to help people out. I would try to, you know, look after my kids, but I could only do so much, you know, because I was that selfish and self centered. So, you know, that's what I think about, you know, today. You know, I get 84,000 seconds, you know, and I got to wake up today. So I get, you know what I mean? It's like my bank account got, I get another shot. You know what I mean? I get to go, either I can waste it or I can, you know, spend it in a good way, you know, and I invest in my future by worrying about my sobriety. That's how I, you know, I take advantage of what the creator has given me is I invest my time into tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not, there's no tomorrow if I'm not worried about my sobriety. So I mean, I'm some are sicker than others, you know, but that's what it takes for me to stay sober and stay in the now, you know, and to be present, you know. So that's the way I think about it. You know, I think about today's reading, you know, what it took for me to be here, and man, so many sacrifices, you know, so much had to happen for me to be here, and I don't want to waste my time anymore. You know, I spent, you know, the first 40 years of childhood are pretty rough. You know, so, you know, I spent 40 years of my life, you know, just, I don't want to say wasting, but basically, you know, I was the coolest 16-year-old you would have ever met, you know, until I was 40 years old. So, you know, I'm able to use that experience today to help out the next suffering alcoholic and addict. And for that, I'm grateful, you know. So that's how I spend my time. You want to share your ancient Indian wisdom?
Oh. No.
How do you
Mm.
end your day? Like, what do you feel like it takes for you to be here to make your ancestors proud?
What I do, I don't know, every day just pray that, you know, when I wake up, pray that we're all still alive, we're all still here, you know. Just say thankful and, no God, no glory. So just pray and, you know, thank you for everything. And, you know, our culture, our, you know, like me, I look at it like our songs, our drum, our beadwork, our dances, you know, coming up, you know, looking forward to the next powwow, the next celebration. And I just, that's how I look at it, just thankful. And then the family, everything else that falls into that. And, you know, just being here, you know, another day and just pray for all those, the families that are sick and that are still suffering and that are going through, trauma or any, I like to say aftermath. Just pray for those because we always got our family and our cousins, grandma, always going through something. So just that's how I go. Think about every day, just praying for our families and that are suffering and that are need healing. There's every day. There's always a time to heal, but yeah, that's all I got. So,
Well, aho. You want to go ahead?
Announcements.
Yeah, you want to go ahead and hit the announcements? Already been on 27 minutes, so
Dang, already. All right, we'll talk.
just
Start
get
with-
this over.
Yeah. Talkspace. So go to www.talkspace.com/CHA tour. Remember, passphrase is restore. So any organization ask for that is restore. So don't pay for nothing. Remember, at ages 13 and up, you get 2 30-minute video sessions a month, and then you get to text your therapist anytime, anywhere. Overdose prevention packs. So fill out our drop form. Check it out if you need. Don't have to put your name. Your current resident. We'll ship it out to you. Shout out to Brand Logics. Text 888-580-4TOUR. Text for any updates or any kind of events coming up. Motivation. Don't forget our shirts. Today is the last day. So last day, the 13th. So $25. When you fill it out, if you don't want it to be shipped or pay the extra $9, you can ship it to us and we can ship it out for you, or you come by pick it up. But thank you all for all the ones who donated and bought shirts. Next week will be our overdose awareness event, August 24th, next Saturday. Start at the Watanga Hotel Convention Center. We'll start at 10 a.m. We'll have a booth. We'll have a speaker. Lunch at 12.
Who is speaking?
Like down, families.
Yeah, families and people that
Am I speaking?
We got time.
will be probably open.
Yes.
Open mic. So come on out. There'll be a lot of state resources coming out. So
Yes.
come on out.
Be some out of state too.
Oh, out of state.
Yes.
Yeah. So it'll be a lot of resources.
Oh yeah. Shirt.
Oh, is it first come first serve?
That's the shirt for the opioid awareness event. It says tour, but it says tell their story. That's what it says right there. Tell their story. And that's dedicated to the victims of fentanyl poisoning and people lost to addiction. Thank you, Aunt Pam. Thank you, Holly. Thank you, Ruth. Thank you, Miss Yates. Appreciate all of y'all. But yeah, this is it says tour, but it says tell their story. And that's unfortunately, that's what it's come to, is that we don't want to tell any more of these stories, We want to bring awareness to what's going on out in our communities, and the dangers of fentanyl, and it's just no other race was hit harder than Native Americans. If you look at like the graphs of black, white, Hispanic, and like Native Americans is like through the roof. I mean, it's crazy. Like to see those charts, and I mean, it's crazy to think that nobody's dying more than we are, and we just got so much more, you know, that we could be doing, but at the same time, we got to start somewhere. And you know, I just like I said, we get on here to beat that stigma, to shred that stigma, you know, and it's just it's an uneasy conversation to start, but once you get into it, you realize that there's more and more people who have to deal with addiction than are willing to, you know, admit it, you know, and you know, that's the last thing we want to do is have, you know, a memorial dance where there's just like this roster of people that we've lost to this drug, to this poisoning. So, you know, thank you to all the families that are willing to, you know, step forward and help us out, because you know we need to tell their story. That's what's going to help people, is we tell their story, and we tell the stories of the people who got sober. That's going to help, you know, so much. So thank you for everybody that's helped out.
It starts at 10 a.m. So send a photo, submit a photo if you want loved ones that we can share out there. We'll have a table, right? Table set up for a memorial.
We got like 20 or 30 different photos that I gotta print.
Yeah, we have 20 to 30 already. So send them in. 10 a.m. to 2, and then follow is across the railroad tracks. The Watonga ERC will be a overdose
Memorial benefit
dance. So come on out, celebrate, shake some gores.
Yeah, celebrate their
friendships.
lives, man. We can't forget, cannot forget these people. You know, I you know, I'll always remember 'em. So be a great event, man. It'll be a great event.
Yep, next Saturday, August 24th. Come on out, Watonga. We're still accepting Princess applications. September 1st, we'll have the interviews and hey, no, I'm just kidding. Would be the final date, right? Due date, and then we'll announce September 21st.
We'll probably announce it before then, but they'll be correct.
Will be crowned on 21st, but be announced right before. Don't forget yoga tomorrow. So Facebook Live, Speaker Night with Dale.
Speaker night with Dale. Lay down Pedro, birthday boy. Here at 1950 South Shepherd.
Supper at 6.
Supper at 6, and he will be speaking from 7 to 8. And I can't remember what he wanted his intro music to be. He wanted a walk-up song, you know.
Tequila.
No. Me and him was talking about this the other night, and I can't remember what song it is right now, but it was pretty funny. He's a pretty funny guy. One time, he was leading the meeting in Watonga, and you know, he gets up there and he's like, "Hi, my name is Lydell Pedro. I'm an alcoholic, and I was addicted to the hokey pokey, but I turned my life around."
Yeah.
Everybody fell out laughing. So
It's an icebreaker.
yeah, Lydell's a funny guy. But yeah, thank you for everybody that tunes in. You know, I believe that's it.
Have a good day.
Have a good day. I
Taco
hope.
Tuesday.